Hey, welcome. So today, we're doing something a little different. We are trading in the stuffy boardroom for, believe it or not, the kitchen. We're going to uncover a super powerful and, let's be honest, delicious way to build stronger teams. So yeah, forget all those awkward trust falls. We're about to cook up something way better.
No, I'm serious. Just think about that for a second. Instead of another endless PowerPoint, you and your whole team are handed aprons, fresh ingredients, and a pretty complicated recipe. Now, it might just sound like a fun day out of the office, right? But what if I told you it's actually one of the smartest things your company could do for professional development?
That's right. We're talking about the corporate kitchen, and this is not about trying to find the next Gordon Ramsay in your finance department. Not at all. It's a really strategic way to use the high-pressure, super collaborative environment of cooking to build some seriously high-performing teams. So what even is culinary team building? Well, simply put, it's a hands-on experience that's built with a purpose. The really important word there is designed. This isn't just about making lunch together for fun. It's a module that's been specifically created to level up those critical professional skills, all within the, well, let's call it the organized chaos of a working kitchen. So let's dig into what those skills actually are.
Okay, first up is what I like to call the human recipe. And it's all about getting good at the art of working together. I mean, think about it. When you have 6 people all trying to chop onions on one tiny cutting board, you learn a whole lot about collaboration, and you learn it fast.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Look at how perfectly these kitchen problems mirror what happens back at the office. Arguing over who gets the last lemon for their sauce? That's just low-stakes practice for negotiating over crucial project resources. Figuring out who's going to lead the main course? That's exactly like deciding on team leadership roles. The kitchen basically becomes this perfect little simulator for all those tough workplace negotiations.
And that just scratches the surface of the dynamics at play. You know, the pressure of trying to get a full meal on the table, it shows you who the natural leaders are, the ones who step up. It forces you to communicate clearly, especially when someone realizes, oh no, the oven isn't even on. You have to get crystal clear on roles, who's chopping, who's sautéing, and you absolutely have to work through creative differences, like does this need more salt or not? All of this works together to build this incredible layer of trust because you are all fighting for that one single delicious shared goal.
So let's move on from the people skills and look at something a bit more strategic. Because cooking isn't just about collaboration, it's a total masterclass in logistics. We are talking about resource management. And that's a skill that can make or break literally any project out there.
Just look at this breakdown. This is basically a project plan. It's just disguised as a recipe. Step 1, assess your ingredients. That's your budget, your tools, your people. Step 2, you allocate tasks based on who's good at what. Step 3, you manage the clock, because that dinner service is not going to wait for you. That's your hard deadline. And, my favorite, what happens when you run out of basil? You adapt, you innovate, you figure it out. This teaches a team how to be agile and to think on their feet, which is exactly what you need in the real business world.
Okay, so after all of that chopping and negotiating and maybe some frantic running around, what is the actual result? In a business sense, what does that final plating really look like? Because it's about so much more than just getting to eat a nice meal at the end.
And this right here is so important. The source material really points out that one of the biggest wins is creating an environment that's genuinely enjoyable. Just think about that for a second. When a team actually likes working together, when they have that trust from a shared, positive, and fun experience, high performance isn't something that has to be forced out of them. It just becomes the default. It's how they operate. And that is an absolute game changer for productivity and for keeping your best people around.
So when you boil it all down, it comes back to these 4 core pillars that we've been talking about. 4 huge skills, all sharpened in the heat of the kitchen. You've got negotiation. You have managing team dynamics, you have resource management, and, maybe most importantly, you have creating an enjoyable, high-performance culture.
And really, that's the big takeaway here. The skills you're learning aren't just similar to business skills, they are business skills. Communication, strategy, adapting to change, collaboration, these are the fundamental ingredients you need for success, whether you're plating a 5-course dinner or you're launching a brand new product.
Which kind of leaves us with one final question for you to chew on. As you think about your own team, its strengths, its weaknesses, maybe, just maybe, the key ingredient you've been missing all along is a little bit of time in the kitchen. Thanks for tuning in.